Hello from Canary Islands.
Hola!
So today we talk about Tenerife, part 2.
So in the previous video we already told you that we stayed in San Andres, which is in a north part of the island on the east coast, and our kind of idea how we wanted to spend the holiday in there was to explore nature as much as possible, because the nature is there is so unique. So we were looking for a place where we can go hiking, but they would be still like child friendly.
Yeah, easy to go.
Yeah, so our son can still do it. For example, we had a dream to go for the Tide volcano, but you're not allowed to go there with a child who is younger than 3 years old, and Sebi is only 2, so we cannot go there yet. But then I found this, and Sebi just woke up.
So cute. Kita pal. Going to sleep here.
So Sebastian just woke up. We continue making our interview with this little kitten on our hands. So idea was to explore nature. So I found this beautiful natural park called Park Rural de Anaga, and there was a trail named Sendero de los Sentidos. I will write in the description below how it spells if you forget. So there is a very nice trails in the forest, and they're not very long. I don't dig your nose. So the longest, or like kind of one of the longest, was 1.3 kilometers only.
Yeah.
And it was really beautiful. But we have to start with the road to that national park.
Yeah, when you leave from the coast, from San Andres, you go up to the mountains straight from the town. And the vegetation, like, it changes so much when you come from the beach, where it's only like some cactuses, some bushes, few palm trees. And then you go up the mountains and there is just more and more vegetation there. It's trees and like more, like bigger bushes, and just always getting more and more green. And it's so
lush.
beautiful.
And like every 100 meters of elevation, there is like a completely different environment, and it was water break. So the area is so incredible. Like with every turn of this mountain road, we were just so amazed how much like greener the area was getting, and it was more humid and colder, of course, which was actually one thing that we both been in the mountains many times, and we somehow didn't think this through. We didn't take any like warm clothes with us, like we kind of didn't prepare that it's going to be colder up there.
Yeah, we went up to like 1 kilometer from the sea level, so it was, the temperature dropped like almost 10 degrees.
Yeah, so like down there was 25 and we come up and it's 15 degrees or something. Like it was so chilly, and the wind was so strong because this big cloud got stuck on the mountain. So we were driving through the whiteout.
Vamos,
Sebi has been sent to another room, watch a bit of cartoons with their headsets. Otherwise, he wanted to take the camera out of the tripod and start photographing Mama and Daddy.
Which is very nice, of course,
but we cannot finish making this video. So as I already mentioned, we kind of forgot that it's gonna get colder up there. But luckily, we still had some clothes in the car, which was basically our winter clothes from Finland. So Sebi was wearing his winter coat with a hat. I was wearing Petri's this winter jacket.
Yeah.
And you were wearing hoodie.
Yeah, I was wearing my hoodie.
Yeah, you had one warm layer with you, and I was in the shorts, which was a bit chilly. was amazing for me. The people who made this trail possible for everybody to visit put their heart and soul in this project. On the way you see many stop points with the information desk, descriptions and pictures, what it is, and at least in English the description was so poetic and so beautiful, like it was just was so nice, like how you need to smell the trees or listen to the birds or imagine how it was in old times. Like the whole descriptions were like so beautiful. It was not just okay, this is how high it is, this kind of trees growing. No, it was really nice. Like you can see that people how much they appreciate this place, and you start appreciating this place even more. And it was in generally amazing, like such a long big trees out there. When like by the sea level, like the only trees you see is palms.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. So in general, as we said, we really like to explore nature, and Sebi likes to play at the beach. So we try to combine them both and try to find some wild beaches where it's beautiful nature, while Sebi can play there and enjoy himself.
Yeah, also not so many people, so not very touristic. So I was looking for beaches around the north part of the island, and I found a few, but some of them were like about 1.5 hour hike from the road or from the parking, so it's like way too much.
Yeah.
Then I found one on the northwest part of the island in a village called Benijo. There is a Playa de Benijo, which is right kind of under the village. So you drive like through the mountains, and then you go down to the west coast, and you come to this small little cute town, and there you have parking for the beach. There is either just in the village by the road, or then there is a small what is it called, this gravel road, like just going by the mountains, and you just park there. It's a bit out of the village.
Yeah, it's a bit longer walk, but there is more space. At least while we were there out of the season, there was lots of room to park, but in the village there was such a tiny parking, it was all taken. So that was not such a big deal. Maybe extra 5 minutes walk max. Driving through the mountains on the north part of the island is just like, I don't know, this is like the mind-blowing experience, at least for me. Like as we mentioned already, with every 100 meters you're raising above the sea level, the nature is changing, and then you come in from the east side of the island to the west side through the tunnel, and there is also completely different environment. The scenery was just so stunning, so we could not help ourselves but stop by the shoulder of the road and take pictures, because it was just so breathtaking. Like these huge mountains which is going straight to the sea and covered in greenery, like it's incredible view. So the hike, at least from the parking, looked a bit challenging, because there was a very steep stairs down to the sea, and it was quite a long stairs. Plus you have to walk along this big stones by the beach, which is kind of unstable before you actually reach the beach. So I kind of think a lot. So I took again the baby carrier just in case, and I put Sebi on my back because I thought it might be a bit too hard for him to go that much. And I carried him down all the way to the beach. But on the way back, I only carried him the beach part, and then he climbed the stairs all by himself. So it was not even that big of a deal. I think like he could have walked the whole beach by himself, just holding my hand.
Yeah.
But I somehow thought that he is too small, but this man is already all grown up. He can do many things by himself. I just don't give him enough credit. Like he should have walked himself. But it was a good workout for me to walk those stairs with extra 15 kilos on my back. So that was interesting. Playa de Benijo is again like I don't know how else to explain this. Like honestly, this whole time I had this emoji in my head, the one which has the head explode, because that's how I felt about Tenerife in general every day, because like it's so different, like it depends where you are. You're on the north, or you're on the south, are you on the sea level, are you in the mountain, like are you in the middle of the mountain? Like it's completely different environment. And that coast was so dramatic. There were like really beautiful mountains going in, and from the water were rising rocks. It reminded me about a bit about this Capri in Italy, but of course there it's a bit warmer, and there is I think some greenery on top. There was a bit more like this dramatic rocks. And also it was in the evening. We went there in the afternoon, so in the evening there came a lot of clouds. So it all looked very dramatic, and that day were like a lot of big waves. So like this whole experience was so dramatic, like it was so beautiful and so powerful. Like I just kind of was sitting there and like not really fully believing we are actually there. Like I don't know, like kind of it didn't, render in my head that this is a real place and we are actually there. So this was our part 2 video about Tenerife. Next week comes our last part from Tenerife trip. So stay tuned for that.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you. See you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.